What up? Welcome back to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones. And in this one, we're going to take a look at the next figure in my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now, this will not be too long of a video because this is basically just a repaint. But let's go ahead and take a look at them and talk about it. And let's see what we could find out. Now, of course, this is the variant of the gold label McFarlane designed Batman. Of course, that one was a little bit more like black and gray figure, and this one is more of a navy blue or a midnight blue with gray figure. Aside from that, there is a little bit of differences in the accessories, but let's go ahead and take a look at him. He definitely looks pretty cool in the package, but let's take him out and check him out. Of course, as usual, you do receive a black DC Multiverse stand. Not needed, but is sometimes helpful. You do receive a data file card. Now, I had commented this before when I did the other figure that the figure that they show the image of here is more of a blue than a black. So come to find out, now they released the blue figure, so it makes more sense. And on the back, you do have a little bit of information. Add that one to the collection. Now, he does come with two kind of like knuckle duster knives. They do have these spikes on the handles, and then the blades are pretty sweet. Now, one difference is that the original figure came with those gold blades that had absolutely no detail or accent of color. Surprisingly, these do have a little bit of silver on the blade and some gold on the spikes, and they kind of look a little bit more like the ones that I repainted when I did the original figures repaint job. I repainted the blades and made them look a little bit more reminiscent of these blades, but they do look really nice, and a lot of people have been saying that they prefer these to the original gold ones. And he does come with a golden batarang. Now, this one does not resemble any of the previously released batarangs for the McFarlane figures, but when I did my repaint of the original release, I did make my own batarang using one of the batarangs from the Arkham Asylum Batman. The only difference was that I did add articulation to that batarang, and I painted it kind of like a brassy gold. So pretty cool. This batarang had actually been in some images that McFarlane had leaked out. So I was kind of wondering where this batarang went, and now we know it was held onto until this figure. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at them. Of course, one of the only differences and the major differences in the actual figure is the color scheme. This one has a lot more blue. The only other real big difference was that the original release came with, or the gold label release came with those goggles, and this one does not. But let's go ahead and take a look at the head. A pretty stoic looking Batman head. I mean, the sculpt. For some reason, I kind of enjoyed this one more than the darker one. I don't know why. Even though I'm not a big fan of those really long ears, but they're okay. The eyes are a little bit small. And then the wash that they used on his lower face, it makes him look a little bit older, which it's okay. He does have pretty good articulation. Looks up, looks down, tilts for character, swivels. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and go down. He has that really large black Batman emblem on top of the cowl, or transitions from the chest going up towards the cowl. Really like this one. I don't know it seems to me like they could have added a detail line around it just to give it some contrast, but it's cool. He does have those little shoulder spikes, and I really love this lower chest and ab sculpt. Really cool detailing. You could see the wrinkles in the material that are sculpted in. He does have pretty cool articulation with that waist joint movement. You could lean him back, you could lean him forward. I like this uh, abdomen sculpt. Some people don't, but I kind of do. They say it looks kind of thick, but of course that is muscle maturity. So awesome. Going into the arms, of course, he has butterfly joints on the shoulders. He does have double jointed elbows, crazy mad spikes on the gauntlets that are actually kind of sharp. And then one thing I did notice on this figure is that pretty much the wrist ball joint on these are atrocious. They stick out like a sore thumb, and I do not like them. They're really unappealing. But for some reason, the right-handed one is actually a little bit deeper into the porthole of the wrist, so it looks way better. It looks way better. Just that little millimeter in kind of like hides the ball a little bit, and it just gives a smooth transition from the gauntlet through the wrist and into the hand. So this one being really sticking out is goes to show you how they could do it and how it looks pretty awful. Now I may heat this up, pop it out, drill out the hole, and then see if I could get it deeper to make it match the other side. But no biggie. Moving down, of course, he has that crazy utility belt with all those pouches, that bat emblem right in the center. He does have those pretty ugly daggers that are like soft, and that when I did my repaint custom, I actually removed these and added some more pouches, and then I moved these to the backside just because I don't like the way when you move the leg that they bend. But that was my own preference, so that's no biggie. Go ahead and move down. Now this is pretty awesome. He has awesome thigh swivel. You could kind of pretty much get it from front to back like 45 degrees, which is almost side to front. I don't know what the difference was, but they need to keep doing that. It does have double jointed knees. Going down below, he has that McFarlane ball joint, but of course this one is hidden very well. He does have rocker, and then he does have toe articulation. Taking a look at him from the bottom, not really any tread to speak of, but moving up the back, pretty nice sculpt work. Got some grenades there on the leg, and then the cape is really like in between a pliable cape and a hard pre-sculpted cape. And I like the narrowness of it. Just for this Batman, it fits right in. So pretty much the same figure. He does have these holsters on the back to hold his daggers. So like I said before, pretty much the same figure that we received the first time around. I kind of like this one. I like the paint job and the variation, and then the accessories make it so it's not so much the same figure, but you can put his daggers in the back. And you can put his batarang. Looks pretty good like that. Like I said, I'm happy to add them to the collection. Do I recommend them? Well, if you didn't pick up the original release, which I do have here, with the goggles and then the golden blades and no batarang, you could pick them up. Now, if you're sick like me,
God, you're sick,
and you have to pick up multiples of each McFarlane Multiverse figure, then it's a must-have. He's gonna look cool up there on the shelf, right next to all his Batman Brothers. Now, I do have here my custom repaint that I did. Here's that Batarang that I built. And of course I did the daggers. And I redid the goggles with a clear lens instead of this one that's blocked out. Like I said before, gonna be a short video because there's not much to this guy. If you want to pick him up, it's cool. If not, you could skip him. I can't, unfortunately, because he is going on my DC Multiverse shelf. But need to get past this guy so I could get into some other figures that I have already received. Like I said before, not too big of a pickup, but he's cool to me. Really like his daggers. And the color scheme, for some reason, I'm kind of leaning like I prefer this one a little bit more than the darker one. Even though black is my thing, I'm kind of leaning towards this one. But anyways, guys, that's it for now. Stay safe out there. Keep collecting. Keep hunting. And I will see you on the next one.